Oh, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. I just had a whole thing. Hey, Neural, what's going on? So, let me start again. It's your boy, Doc. It's now 12:50 p.m. New York City. It's 12:54, November 22nd, 2023. And we're looking at a whole bunch of action. I was just commenting on NVIDIA. We had a earnings last night, kind of flat overnight, but then came down. We hit this trend line. We keep in touch with it. It's now double bouncing, and that's where that goes up that 50%. I just drew on the Fibonacci. But let's get into why we're here, right? We want to know. Okay, cool. Thank you, M. Is that right? M. Anyway, I hope I didn't chop that up too bad. So we're all interested in quant trading app. At least that's why we're here. You saw the title of the YouTube. And essentially it's a tool, just like the Fibonacci that I just drew on our favorite, or one of our favorite stocks, NVIDIA. For the last 2 weeks, have been obsessed with Tesla. I've been playing it perfectly. I mean, not perfectly, but as perfect as you can get, right? And I've been playing a lot of puts. I wait for my entry on puts, and I take puts. Today, I was in calls. Today, calls was the bad idea. I was so sure that it would turn around, even when looking at levels such as this. This is a QTA, example of QTA. I'm going to try and do it side by side. Like that. So QTA has levels that come from quantitative calculations, superior, intricate details that I don't even understand. So I just know how to trade the lines. The lines are the important part. I'm going to expand this later, but I just wanted to show you side by side. Actually, let's get Tesla up there. Let's get Tesla. So we see Tesla coming in. These lines I drew new today. Tesla came screaming down in the beginning, and I'm always waiting for the first move on Tesla because in my experience, we have a first move, it bounces, and then it goes extremely the opposite way. If Tesla had opened up higher, I would have taken profit on those calls, and then looked into playing puts. That's just what I've known or gotten used to with Tesla. Today, Tesla went down the first move and stayed down the first move. And a couple of these are playing Friday, which I wanted to close them today. This came down. I started drawing these lines. The trend line is there, the orange line. But now I want to know what made this stop, right? You could say, oh, that's a level that people are exchanging. They're taking profit. They're in puts. They're exchanging. Well, if you pull up the data, this is a quant chart of Tesla. And I'm going to refresh this in a second. This is yesterday. This is today right here. This big red down. And it's okay because it makes sense. It's my fault I didn't see it. Big red begets big red. Big green begets big red. Big red begets big green. You get the idea, and vice versa. However, quant trading app gives you levels that you might not normally see with regular support and resistance. So for here, let's just take a look at these levels that we have on the screen. We have the gray lines, the intraday, the red line, the red zone. This is usually a little more bigger. This is on the intraweekly. This is the sell zone, and below this we'll have the buy zone. But what we're looking at today is the max pain level on Tesla. And let's just refresh this. I'm not gonna go into how to use it. I'm gonna do that probably after hours, but I just wanted to give you this one little quick thing on Tesla because that's what we're gonna watch. Tesla came down to this max pain level. You've heard of max pain. It's hey, Kaylin's in the house. Max pain is basically the area where calls and puts both have the least intrinsic value. And a lot of people think, oh, that's where the market makers want to push it so they can just screw us all, individual retail traders. But the idea of market makers is really to provide liquidity to the markets. Because if we want to unload something, there might not be someone on the other end to take that contract off our hands. So the market makers are the one that pick up the phone. Then they go out and they find the other party. That's what creates, they put it on their books, they keep it open, and they wait to find someone else. That's open interest. That's where open interest essentially comes from in the most basic forms. We take that type of data, or I should say QTA takes that type of data, processes it in, these open, high, low, close tables. And again, Every time I start talking about QTA, I just want to tell how to use it. But I think we'll get into that a little later. But what we want to know is important levels. So on the max pain level, this is an area where you're going to see an attraction and also support and resistance. So now that we've reached this max pain level, let's just examine what happened previously, right? You know what? I'm going to switch screens. It's much easier to look at this one. Hang on a second, guys. No. So the idea is really you want to have as much confluence as you can. You know, we use indicators. We don't use just one indicator and say, okay, I see the RSI is crossing the 70 mark. That means it's going to be overbought, and we want it to go the other way. You want to have confluence. You want to see what else is up there and what else is going on. Oh, now it's just sharing the Weeble thing. I want to show the actual screen. So keep in mind that we don't want to just look at this one level here. Okay, this blue line was the max pain. We also want to keep our traditional charts skills that we've learned over the years and apply them also. So if we just get in the macro view here, we'll see the stream is really lagging, guys. I might have to cut this a little shorter than I expected. So I know I have a lot of lines up there. It's a lot of crayons. It's a lot of, but I know what each one means. So traditional charting, we'll see a nice trend moving up, and we can mark that off, and then we see a bigger trend coming down like this. Great. But now we also want to know, it looks really, really disgusting when I turn it on like that. You know what? I should probably have two accounts, one that's clean and then one that I use. That's called poor planning. So if you look at the trend, this looks perfect, right? We even the last time, we can look back, we touched the trend, we came up, we hang out, and then we flush down. We hit this bottom trend, and then we come up and we rebound. We rebound. And what's to stop us from hitting that again, right? It happened once, it should happen again, especially after a big green bar, see a nice big red bar, and that's where the essence of volatility comes from. One sway a little to the left, a little bigger correction sway to the right, and then a even bigger sway to the left. It's like driving a boat, you know, for the first time. You overcorrect it, and all of a sudden you're just hitting the buoys on the channel markers. The idea of volatility is we want to know where everyone else is going with this, right? Call, puts, where the open interest is, things like that, and that's the essence of QTA. And again, I think I'll get into it a little more after hours, but we're now hanging out at this max pain level. So we want to get a little more information, right? How do we do that? We then go to another tool that's in the QTA universe, and it's actually one of my it's one of the ones that I think I gravitated to first, just because it was the easiest for me to kind of grasp. So I'm going to pull up the Tesla one here for a second. Hope everyone's got plans, or their plans are in place, you know. I had family over earlier in the week, and we were supposed to go visit some other family, but that fell through. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you. Like, Doc, if we wanted to hear your life story, we would have asked you. So I'm pulling up the Tesla GEX chart. And if I could just slide it over. And what this does is going to show us where the actual gamma exposure is. I have to switch screens again. Again, things that should have been accomplished beforehand. But sometimes I see an opportunity. I'm like, you know what, this would be good. I want to share this. All right, now let's try this. I know it looks the same to you, but yeah, there we go. So we're looking at here, we see Tesla double bounce on the max pain level that we showed on the previous screen, the Quant. And now we're going to check what's going on with the net GEX for Tesla. These red bars are negative GEX. The green bars are the positive GEX. GEX is gamma exposure. The absolute GEX is that's the bouncing ball. That's the one you want to follow. I shouldn't really call it a bouncing ball, but it does move, not as much as a bouncing ball. I'll get a better analogy later. This is the magnet that all price action kind of respects the most, at least what I found. Again, this is a tool. This is going to be used differently by, anyone out there. You can't see the QTA screen. Oh, no. You see the red and the green here? Yeah, this stream is really lagging. I apologize for that, guys. I'm not seeing what you're showing, Doc. Okay. All right, that's Locke. I know him. He's going to tell me the truth. So how do we... All right. Take two. There we go. And we got to find a better time to stream. This is like the most popular thing. Yes. So now you should see it. No, you don't. Oh, my goodness. All right. There must be a glitch in the YouTube. All right. New plan. Meanwhile, I still have open positions. All right, you know what? New source. So the idea of this week is super short. Keep that in mind, guys. I wouldn't really hold anything into Friday because you're going to wake up and it's going to be, 3.5 hours to close. So your options are going to go from a normal Wednesday to just 3.5 hours. You're going to skip a day and everything. Keep in mind also the rest of the world still trades. No, this is good. How about this? A little copyright-free music. I'm keeping an eye on Tesla right now. SPY is just kind of... that's another one. So I had SPY on the short side. Tesla, okay, I'm resetting the connection here. So this should really work now. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Locke, and it's not switching over to screen. It's just sitting on this one capture. You know what? I'm going to try capturing. Here we go. I don't. It doesn't want to cut down this one. This is the last one I'm going to try. Hey! Now you guys got to see the Gex, right? And that's locked on that one. Terrific. Come on, man. I'm sending a message to my tech. What's going on here, man? That works? Yeah. Thank you so much, Locke. So I'm just going to have to switch back and forth. I was going to try and drag it over, but everything that happens here is it's like frame by frame by frame. It's not even a smooth, fluid motion. So the Gex. We're looking at negative Gex here, positive Gex on the right side. The idea is the absolute Gex is the one we want to initially start off with. That was what I gravitated to first. I look at the highest Gex on either side, and that kind of gets my mind thinking, all right, the price action is going to want to go to that. And once it gets there, it wants to, okay, I satisfied that. I made that stop. I wanted to maybe check out the other way. When you see the absolute Gex and the max pain occupy the same space as one of the higher Gex bars, That's called, well, I call it the 3x confluence, right? That's triple confluence. And I got that from watching Bryant in his videos. The idea is that it's all of your important levels are occupying the same strike, and that is the most attraction that you'll see. And if that ever comes up, that's something to really look into, especially if the spot price happens to be a little further away. Sometimes it's kind of close, so it's maybe good for like 0DT and scalping. And there's definitely ways to look into swing trading. Again, we'll get into that on the after hours. I just wanted to. There was a move happening on Tesla that I really wanted to document, I guess you'd call it. And I wanted to pop on real quick, but this is, I mean, if you saw it from my end, guys, you'd be like, oh, okay. It is so lagging. But we power on. All right. Now I'm going to switch back to here. Weeble, good. And now the big test. Ha ha ha. That's got to work. Am I still trading on Taking Wall Street? I'm not familiar with Taking Wall Street. I get that a lot. I look like a lot of people. I'm sorry, Mary. I'm not sure what that is, or maybe you confused. I don't have a twin, but that could be possible. So traditionally, looking at this, let's get rid of these lines here. I look at this and I immediately start seeing levels and trends and ways I would normally trade. I see a slanting price action on the top. And then I double check our indicators. Indicators of the tops are going down. So far, nothing to be, there is convergence. There is no divergence. There's no alert. If everything just continues the way it could do, I mean, the way it does, we'll see a continuation of the price going down. And then another one I'll throw in that I see the valleys are rising, coming to a familiar symmetrical triangle. And we'll check the indicators on that. RSI is rising on the valleys. The MACD valleys are rising. The histogram is even rising. So we should see this continue. We should see this pattern play out. We expect it to do some type of move by this point, which is 12:30. No, 2:30, sorry. It's an hour and a half from now. Then I look at it with the A, B, C, D, E, F for flush move. What that basically is, you have an entry into the triangle, which is right here. Then the first move is A. Then it's really supposed to be the second touch of the triangle. So let's say I maybe drawn this wrong. Maybe this is just an ascending triangle. So we have to try it out. We have entry A, B, C, D, E, F. F for flush up. That's one possibility. If we only just go by the touches, this is A, that's B, this is C, that's D, this is E, and that's F. So that one seems also possible. We have two. We could have it leaving for the moon here, or leaving for the moon or the seller over here. Just basic triangle action. It doesn't always happen to be those 5 letters, or 6 letters, A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah. It could be a couple more, it could be a nest, but it's just a basic guide, you know? If you're going into a forest that you've never been into, you want to get some type of map. So if a guy just, hey, I was just in there, here's the map, hands it to you, you have a basic guide. You might take your own route, but that's the guide. Hold on. And Tesla, back on the max pain, really hugging it out right here. And a lot of people that have been watching the Quant trading app YouTube videos, there is the volume profile indicator. I was just kind of told about that. I'm not sure if this is similar, but this is the volume profile indicator that I use. So we're looking at Tesla right now. We had this huge rundown, and all of a sudden, after the third attempt, we found the level. Again, the max pain. We had it hit it once. We hit it twice, and now this is the action that I wanted to tune in for and kind of catch it live. So by traditional factors, we have a double bottom. That's clear. We add the volume profile with this huge volume right now. Now, this is a nice, strong support. We've spent a lot of time down here. We've built an outpost or whatever, right? So if we happen to come up and hit this VWAP, I'm going to lean more towards the side of confidence that this level will hold if it's retested again. I'm hoping that it's not, because we're running out of time, and I really want to close and salvage some of these calls, the very few that I held on to. I was very, very stubborn today. Super stubborn and super complacent. And it's human error. To try and avoid human error, we use these tools. And this is where, especially at least I can speak for myself, is that I'm becoming more mathematically or data inclined, I should say, data inclined. And I remember when I was in the hospital recently, and I'm fine. I didn't mean to bring it up like that, but I remember I was just trying to learn it and back test the QTA so much. And I had a conversation with Brian, and I said, I'm starting to see data all over the place. Like how many units of, because after surgery, my blood sugar went up, how many units of insulin I'm getting per day, and how that affects my feelings. And I'm writing it all down. And he's like, that's good. He was kind of like laughing at me, and I'd hope he'd be laughing at me like, oh, yeah, I remember that time when it all started clicking for me. So the idea what I'm trying to get at is today, for some reason, I don't know if it was just off of the giddiness or excitement of yesterday's big run-up on Tesla, I was absolutely positive that we were going to just take a little dip here, find this trend, which was traditional charting, and we'd have a nice lift off. I even posted this in my Discord, and it kissed it perfectly. And I was like, there you go. Bing. And now we have a nice green bullish candle, but no, just rejected by this big green monster right here. And I was like, okay, that was just one person getting, dumping his shares, whatever. It'll come back. You have to destroy or dismantle, completely get rid of that it'll come back thinking. And that's one of the first things that I tell everyone that I work with through one-on-one stocks. I teach courses, charting options and refreshers and stuff like that. I want to try and teach what the ultimate trader would do. I'm not claiming to be that ultimate trader, right? So that's why I really want to get a lot of other people involved, get them in front of the best tools, the best communities, and really kind of make, if it's, Bryant said to me once, he goes, you know what, if it's good for the traders, it's good for the room, right? And that's exactly the vision I like to live by. I don't want anyone to be forced to just be in one place, if you go off and you want to find another tool that works, bring it to us. The idea is that we all make money, not just one person. There should never be a guru that you hold on to for every trade. You want to learn yourself. You want to be able to apply it yourself and then even show others, right? And that's what we're trying to do here. And Locke was helping me out earlier with the screen malfunctions. He has been absolutely killing it. And the way he's incorporating options and selling and buying the options with protection legs and selling options with protection legs, absolutely incredible. And I'm sorry to put you on the spot, Locke. I know you're a kind of reserved person, but super, super intelligent, and I get chills when I see him post about stuff. But why I wanted to come on live is that I saw this perfect opportunity on Tesla. We have, and I'll slide it back over now that I got the screens fixed. Where's my Quant? Where's my Quant? It's from The Big Short, right? This is my Quant. He doesn't even speak English. Oh, okay. I know where it is. Yeah, sorry. I had to move it for the screen issues. So here we go. We're about to take off right now, but I want to show these real quick. I'm going to try and hold it. Nope. Get over there. I'll make it smaller. So now we saw on the volume gap, right? I zoomed in a little bit, but we saw that there's a big volume gap right there. It makes a nice little U. And I'm going to refresh this now and see. This is like a map. This is your map for the day, right? If you have TradingView, or Thinkorswim, you can import levels right onto your charts. If you don't, you can come to the website and use this here. I use this because I'm on the website all day anyway. So here we go. We have a double touch here on the max pain. This is on 5 and 15. Right now we're on the 15. I'm going to go into the 5 just to show it a little more zest. Wow, that is a perfect up, distribution, sell-off. And now we're back in accumulation stage. And that's another trading style. You have stages, right? You have accumulation, you have the run-up, you have distribution, the downtrend, and then now we're in accumulation again. We have a double bottom on the max pain and the support line, and we're looking to go up this way. Yes, Locke, absolutely right. I'm still learning one step at a time. Everyone generous inputs help. That's it. Groups learn better together. It's science. Maybe it is. I'm just saying. So what we're doing here is that a lot of people would, on the regular traditional charts, would be like, okay, that's it. Tesla's going to go to zero today. That's it. There's no coming back. When I was looking at it, and this is probably why I held on to those calls, what I'm looking at is like, we can't go down forever. There has to be a bottom. So where's the bottom? We just start searching. Okay, maybe the midpoint was the bottom. And you could see it kind of danced around that for a little bit, broke down, but the max pain is holding. What I was saying earlier, how the max pain is one of the stronger attractions, but it's also one of the stronger support and resistance. So whatever side you're on, that's the role it plays. This time, it's on the support side. So we use that as a map, and then now we're going to check the feed. And I'm just going to slide over the Discord here. This isn't available in the... let's see, make sure you see it. Yeah, this is available in the Quant Trading Discord. Slide that over there so no one sees it. The price, 233. This is an ongoing feed. You can select here Tesla Archive every 15 minutes, or I think maybe every 16 on Tesla. Yeah, every 16 minutes on Tesla, it updates. And all through the day, you can follow this. As the GEX level changes, as more people place more calls, place more puts, as the volume increases, this gets affected. So now let's just check in the most updated one. We came down, we touched, I think, 230. That was a really strong negative GEX. The other thing about GEX, you have to realize it's not really where the price wants to go as much as between the negative and the positive as well. Like this is a major, when this shifted to red, let's just back up a little bit. There's two indicators on the left side. They change colors. So when it's dark blue, I didn't know this for a while after. I was just like, oh, it just changed colors, no big deal. It's a glitch in the matrix, whatever. If they're blue, that means the GEX is net positive, which means it's less volatility. When they change to red, that GEX has flipped, meaning that now the GEX is net negative, which increases volatility. And also with that strong spike right there, matching up with the put volume back in the mountains there, that's the put volume, the blue is the call. When that lines up together, that's also a strong magnet. We went down, we touched it, 230. It's also a psychological level. And now we're playing with max pain and the 230, 232 area. We want to see a new higher high, right? We want to see a new higher high on the price action. We don't have to take off from here like AMC, just rocketing all the way up. We just want to make levels. We want to make a nice new higher high, come back, find a nice resting spot right here. I'll make this orange. This is the level I would like to hold in order to have a chance of going higher, because there's always a chance that it could slip down. The support and resistance lines on Quant trading app work just like, or you play them just like regular support and resistance lines. They're not a fixed barrier. They're something to play with, right? So when I see this action coming down and holding this level, I recognize that as support. If it had broken this level, I would then look for a break and a comeback and a retest. So let's say we broke here. We'll use this trend line here. A break, comeback, and a retest to then go down further. That didn't happen. We did not break this level. What we did We bounced off. We made a new higher high, which is pretty exciting. Here we go. This is it. We just one bounce and that's it. I've been learning also, and I attribute this to Brian as well. And I don't want to put him in a guru stance. This is just one trader, getting experience from another trader and using a common tool. He really kind of instilled in me, like, wait, wait for that retouch. And I preach that, and I teach that all the time. Wait for confirmation. Wait for a retouch. But just because I, kind of instruct that way, it doesn't mean that I play that way. And it shouldn't be like that, but that's life. I'm a human. There's human error. So we're waiting for this. We waited for a retouch. We got it. 2 touches right here. We're coming back up. Did we make a new higher high? We did not. This is now 233.75, and now this one is probably a few cents short, 25 cents short. The next thing we need, if this is going to be a true bounce off this support level, is a higher low. This level was drawn at 232.40. I think that's the max pain. That's what max up. Yeah, I made it blue for that reason. We hold this level again, I'd be a little happier than where we are right now. We don't have to worry about that because now the volume, let's see if we can get it. Yeah, see that? We're now on the 5-minute frame. We can see the volume taking up a range. I just want to break through this, maybe come back, test it, or we don't have to test it. You can go Tesla. You don't have to wait. You don't have to listen to me. But then where do we go? I always want to find an exit before an entry. I saw this first as a possible entry, but I immediately looked for exits. I pulled up the Quant trading app chart right here, and we'll watch the price action over there simultaneously. This is high technology at work here, guys. So this is the play right here. And if I was showing someone, we could show this to someone in middle school who's probably never seen a chart. I mean, an actual chart, like, the graphs on the Weeble back there. But if you show this to him and you're like, okay, listen, when this line stops and doesn't break this line, you're going to expect it to go back up and then compete or contend with these lines, just like this one. And you play each line in each level as an individual. Sometimes they'll come together, like this VWAP is going to eventually get closer and closer to the midpoint. That will make it a little harder to break, but also, once we do break it, we'll break and a retest, and that's going to be solid evidence or a good case for going higher. And I never want to, those of you that are in the student Discord, you'll see me post things, and I'll try to be as unbiased as possible, but I realize that I have an actual, a camaraderie there. So it's based, it's almost like on a friend, level. So I want to share what I'm doing, but I don't want to influence something because, again, everyone is the same. I can't put too much emphasis on listening to one person, and that's what we're really trying to break. We want to provide the tools to do the job. All right, we're going to make a new higher high here. Did we make it? Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Slide it. Now, 13 cents. 13 cents away, and we still got a minute on the clock for the 5-minute candle. I want to see this candle close above it, because if not, the next one should start off red. But I'm getting too micro focused, and this is why I'm kind of trying to shy away from putting all my energy into 0DT. But the last couple of weeks, it's been exactly that. Swing trading and a couple weeks out. That's really the safest way, and that's really where my sweet spot, I guess you'd call it. I can't tell you what the market's going to be like in a year, but I could probably give you a good idea where Tesla's going to be in 2 or 3 weeks. But it all depends on certain points, right? We're reaching the top of that trend. I'm just going to click here real quick, and we'll get back to the action. I know the crayon's right. I really wanted to see Tesla touch the top of this trend. And once that happens, the next move should be just directly down, unless Tesla breaks out of the trend and goes higher. That is a decision point, right? This whole last month, it was pretty easy to play Tesla, or the past 3 weeks, the month of November, really. We didn't have an overall goal of going up, but you can see where, a good put play would come in. We reach a level, and now we're too far away from the trend. We get that put play, bam, we close it right at the trend. We follow it up. For some reason, I don't know why, I just didn't play the calls. I just was looking for puts, whatever the case is. But this is what we're looking at. A trend to the upside inside a downward trend. And it looks like we're all into that one little volume gap. Let me zoom back out real quick. We're up 233.60. We need 15 more cents. So there's a nice volume gap right here, and we'll slide over and see a nice price action gap also. This kind of fed into it. So this whole area is a nice open field to run through, right? So imagine if you're off-roading and you're going through, this bumpy, hilly area, and all of a sudden there's an open field, you're going to just fly right through that, right? Or just slide. And that's what I'm expecting to do coming up maybe next week. We'll have to see what happens. If this holds, because Tesla has every right to break out. This is a downward-facing channel. It's off of a cup, so we have a cup and a handle situation. It's going to be very exciting next week. And yeah, I'm probably going to switch to puts. So I guess we did make a new high here. I'm on the 15-minute for this action. Let's get down to the 5. New high. And this is all alerted to me, not really actually alerted, but where I picked up on it first was looking at the chart that happens, that's given to you every day. And let's refresh it. So now we're really moving. And Tesla trades very different than other equities, other indexes, and I was discussing this briefly in the room. Think of Tesla trading as if retail traders were trading it, or I like to say independent traders. They trade differently. They have a different mind, and there's a great amount of FOMO, fear of missing out. So when Tesla, especially when it starts to go to the upside, and as today, the downside, but you'll see sometimes actually, when I think about it, it takes you heard the term staircase up, elevator down, staircase up, elevator down. You can see Tesla sometimes do it the other way. It FOMOs in, and then it slowly drops off. So that I would attest that to coming from the mind of holding on too long. Like, no, I want more. I got that amount, but I want more. It's something that happens every day. It happens to me a lot, and you have to put stop losses in and something like that because you want to take your profit when it's there. So sometimes when I alert the room, I say, hey, you know what, this is a good profit-taking area. I'll just trim mine instead of taking the 50% off that you should. But it's all psychological. We're not competing against anyone else. It's just ourselves. The market is not out to get you. That's chapter 1. And then you go through the whole book, and chapter 99 is like, okay, the truth is the market is out to get you, but we had to lie to you, otherwise you wouldn't read the book. It's just a joke that circulates around. It's probably really dumb and old. But the idea is that it's just you. So when we get all fired up in the morning, you're like, yeah, let's effing go. Come on, let's make this money. You can't play harder and win. Like baseball, if you play harder, you win, you'll be better actively. With here, you just have to be technical. You have to be cool, confident, right? When I saw this coming up, I was like, all right, I got to put together, this little live stream to demonstrate that. And in this move right here, I'm getting, a little recovery from the stubbornness that I had earlier. And it would be foolish of me to say, okay, you know what? That's it. I've taken my lumps. I'm just going to close it out right here. Instead, play this way, play it up to the upside and kind of recoup some of that hit. Now, obviously, if you're just starting to look at it from when we started this, this would have been a perfect entry point. The double bounce off the max pain. The next level up is only at 235. And if we break through that, the midpoint also remembers right here. If we break through that, let's pull up our handy dandy Quant. The Quant. We'll refresh that. And we should see the VWAP getting closer to the midpoint here. A little closer. We were racing to this midpoint. See, now it's in, what is this, 234.30. All right, I have a gray line here. And then we just map it out there. You can also just import it, but I had too many other indicators on, like right about there. So this is the midpoint, and look, it matches up. It tested it earlier, had a little contention, and finally broke down. How am I doing? You guys, any questions so far? And again, I'm going to go from A to Z. And I'm probably going to do that at 4, or maybe take a break, 4:30. Going to walk through signing up, getting the codes into your trading view, and just applying it so you're ready to go. This is a stock right here, Coherent, that was brought up by one of our members, Ron D. He's a real fundamental trader, and so is Locke. And that's the greatest part about building a community. And I like Discord because it's kind of like an invite only, and it's not just open to all, random jerks. You want to select people that are serious, that are, nice, I guess, really. That's the only way I could describe it. Like not a jerk, but different styles of trading. And when it all kind of melds together, everyone wins. But this tool you can absolutely use on your own. You don't have to participate in the community at all. There's tons of people that use the QTA, and they're professionals. They don't really care to participate in that community. They learn how to use the tool, and they're successful with it, and that's the way they want to use it. So it's open to both. I'm not saying you have to participate in a community, but a little disclaimer. So it looks like the midpoint is giving us a little feedback. Let's drop down to the minute and see how that action's going. Yeah, on the minute you can see a nice rejection, but now even though it's red, this is kind of a buying pressure candle. I want to see that wick stay there. And now we have a green one. This is going to be interesting because the VWAP and the midpoint aren't lined up. There's a little bit of a gap in between. So we could see a little bit of a range action. That might be good to get our indicators reset, pretty much is what I call it. It's just kind of back to homeostasis. The RSI is actually not too bad. It's right below 70, but if we start ranging a little bit here, we can have this RSI cool off, and that would give us a chance for more upside. This is, I'm just recalling some of the zero DTE or day trading techniques. A little rusty calling it out, so I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you. But you got to be loose. You got to have fun. You can't be stuffy. Even though one of the greatest persons that I've ever worked for at the bank that will remain unnamed in 2001, he told me, let me get it right. A bored trader is a successful trader. And what that means is if you are playing it cool and technical, it's supposed to be boring. You shouldn't have the excitement of, oh, look, it's going up, because that means you're kind of surprised, right? It's like you going to work and you get a paycheck. You're not surprised. You're like, okay, this is what I expect to happen. I expect to get this paycheck at the end of the work week. Thank you very much. See you Monday. That's how trading should be. You should have an exit planned before an entry, and you should have targets for profit taking. So if we had gotten in at the very, very base of this play, say we got in 20% right here. And by the way, we're nice bull flag coming up here. Hope that holds. That might be failing a little bit. Midpoint is giving us a lot more contention than I was thinking, or was hoping probably. I got to get off that hoping. It's bad news. So if we had got in 20% here, and we kind of didn't make a new higher high, so we held on, but we found this. We got in another 20% on the retest, maybe all the way. Now we're in 100% of our position. This is a nice run from our 20% start at 232 to 234, the midpoint. We didn't even have to really watch this play happen. We pull up our Quant trading app chart, and we could have actually planned an out. We could have said, okay, profit taking target 1 right here. I'm going to refresh that real quick. And you just plan your exits accordingly. You scale in, you scale out. Target 1, target 2, big target 3, and then I would say the final target is this is the 2-day VWAP, right? It's like your normal VWAP, like the skinny line right here, but it's anchored the day before. So it uses all the data from the day before plus today. If you're on the south side of the 2-day VWAP, you tend to stay on that side. So we'll look at yesterday, because right now it's not in play at all. And yesterday, the VWAP was all the way down here, not in play at all. But now it's adjusted. So yesterday, we could see how it stayed up above it on the north side. Now, we're stuck on the south side. If we do have some type of run in the next, 2.5 hours, this is going to be, I think, our final stop. Unfortunately, for my poor calls. But this is your guide. This is it. We don't have to look at support and resistance lines, map them all out, the trends, the patterns. I still do it because I love it, and it's good for confluence. It's good for noticing that, okay, the quant, the mathematics is matching up with my art, because that's what trends and patterns are. It's an art and a science. You can see where the resistance levels are and the support. The main support, the heavier resistance, you map those out, and you have a good understanding of where the price action may go. You add to that the actual math of where the price action might go, then you have double. And when they come together, it just feels good. It just feels like, all right, I was right. Let's get comfy. Let's get comfy. We don't want to scare away the Tesla moves here. So a little bit of profit taking right there at the midpoint. Now we're going to try again here. And then unfortunately, right away, we have another line up here. So I really thought that this was a prime example on how to show a setup, an entry, and profit target levels, right? And that's really the essence of trading with QTA. I mean, just using that alone, you can find success, but you can get a little cute and fancy with it, and you can find even better. But keep in mind, the idea is not to make the most money, and we don't have to make it all in one day, right? There's always tomorrow. So base hits win ball games, home runs are for the fans. So if you just play to get on base, home runs will naturally come, right? But we don't want to aim for the fences, because you'll strike out more than you can ever hit, and the big wins won't cover the losses. So we want to also remember that it's okay. Oh, listen to the commercial, sorry. Thank you. I use this for free, so I might as well let them, the commercial be heard. So we're trying again at this level. The idea of what I was trying to finish up was that it's okay to miss out on money. It's not okay to lose money. So the one thing trying to get over is a lot of times, and I have the same issue. I was like, sometimes I think I'd be more okay watching money burn in front of me than missing out on a $1 million lottery ticket. Like, if I play the same numbers every day and I miss playing one day, I don't think I'd be able to handle that. If I miss playing one day and that's the day that my numbers hit, I could not recover. But in reality, it makes sense to be more protective. PYC, protect your capital. Something I did not practice this morning. But regardless of my mistakes, this is the move. This is the move. So Kevin, he played puts this morning, I believe. He was on the put train. I think he said that in chat. And he probably used QTA as well. He knew where the bottoms were. So let's focus in on the put angle. And let's back test that. Because that was coming down the opposite way. As we're getting rejected again at the midpoint. So here we go, 931. We broke this 2-day VWAP. Probably on the minute, you could probably see a little back test. But this is so strong, it just blew right past it. Okay, great. We're in for the puts. Okay, this is profit target number 1. Hey, maybe that's it. Nope. Okay, great. This is profit target number 2. And then final max pain. I would probably leave a couple runners just in case it broke down. I would probably hold on a little too longer because I was in that state of mind today. I would be so right that we're going to break through. We're going to break through. I'm so sure. And it doesn't. We have a test, and then this should be it. A retest here, and then that would be, even if you're holding on to that 2 runners, to like, oh, what if Tesla just goes to 200? This would be the point just to cut it and run. It's these extreme days, these extreme moves that highlight how the levels play into price action. But what you don't get to see is how the 2-day VWAP works. And I have a great slide presentation. I'm not going to do it now, on how the 2-day VWAP becomes a perfect profit-taking target and an entry. When you see a cross and a retest of the 2-day VWAP and a hard bounce, you can be sure that the next level is possible, right? And we never want to say this is, all definite. When you break a level and retest, you're definitely going to see the next level. It's still the stock market, right? Weatherman can say it really looks like it's going to rain next Wednesday, but he's not 100% sure, right? Even though a lot of people, might give him stuff for not being right. You told me it was going to be sunny. I didn't take my umbrella. Now I'm soaking wet. What gives, yo? Said no one, ever. This is a little concerning for me because we had a high here, a new higher low, a new higher high. If this happens to not break this level, we're going to have a nice shoulder, head, and a shoulder. And that is one of the most recognizable and the most bankable of patterns you can see in price action. And it's using this volume level as a bit of a resistance. Should see it hold this level pretty much right here. I'm really surprised that the midpoint had this much play on it. I mean, there might be a lot of people just, okay, that's enough for me. I recovered enough. I'm out skis. Now let me see if I can. That looks good. And then after I get this flag, I'm going to look over on the Quant chart. See how slow everything's moving? Crazy, man. I want to make this into a nice flag and pull it down, but it looks like this is the level here. So we have a expanding descending triangle, and it's using the midpoint as a static resistance and an ever sloping down support. if you're long, you want to look left, and we want to see there's a level here, and there's a level here, and that matches up with the volume level. So this is going to be a nice support. So what I can actually see happening is that come down a little more, maybe use this, and then get a running start. Bounce off the VWAP, go through the VWAP. Hopefully, this is all potentiality. This is not gonna, it's not a set in stone thing. This is one possibility. I'm gonna make that a little more faint. How about orange? And let's play the downside just so we're ready for anything that happens here. Touch our support. Maybe take an extra one and get it through there. Yeah, I'm going to keep it at this volume right there. That's our next support right down there. So we're playing two possibilities. We like to see it all. Close half of my iron butterfly trades for 50%. Riding on the rest since Tesla seems to be still in the 230, 243.5 range. I use QTA to find my range, by the way. Yes! Locking it down. If it does another lower high and higher high, close the rest. Beautiful. Planning iron butterflies, it might, I think that's what kills it for me. I can't settle on the price range. And then broken wing butterflies, forget about it. I start getting hives, and no, I'm just kidding. But it's amazing, Locke, that you're just absolutely killing it with these spreads. Hot, cold, hot, cold. What's going on here? So we're kind of stagnant around here. We have another couple hours left. I wanted to actually fly through a couple other tickers, but the lag is so detrimental. But we'll see what happens. We'll try it out. Iron Condor and Iron Butterfly. Absolutely cool. Crowd is another one I'm watching. I like it for the downside if it doesn't break out. So what I'm talking about is this uptrend has been going on forever for crowd. And that's not necessarily grounds for a reversal, but you know, from 92 to 210, something's got to give, right? I don't see a continuation of this move up without a serious correction. And then to add that, the cherry on top of this banana split Sunday is this extra 3 weeks of just nonstop business. 210, that was a level, I think we double topped it pretty much right here. It looks, this is like a strong, let's get these off so we can see it real quick. This looks like a strong bullish candle right there. Or actually, you know what? No, that's like that shooting star. The names of it don't really matter. The idea is that this could be a reversal. Even though it's bullish looking, I'm thinking back to my textbook quiz days. That, I believe, is a reversal or a continuation. So that goes with my other phrase that I try to, you know, get into people's heads is a candle, or at least, not to trade this way, but at least that's what I come to find out and experience. A candle doesn't exist until the next one confirms it. So no matter what this information that this candle is telling us, it doesn't apply until the next one confirms it. So you can backtest that theory. You know, like, oh, no, that doesn't work. Okay, here we go. Here's another similar one. This is actually a shooting star. Two of them here. This is is it a reversal? No, it's not, because this one canceled that one or confirmed that's a continuation. Same thing right here. So we don't know that this is a reversal until the next candle. Obviously, this was not a reversal, and we kept going up and up and up. Same thing here. This is in the doji family. That could be a reversal. Kind of was, but still. You want to look at multiple candles. That's the long and short of it. Is Tesla getting close to breaking down or breaking above? Let's see. So just on a macro view of Tesla, that's the gap that I'm waiting for either next week or the following. It could use it actually as support and just ride it out as an attempt to go higher. Or if it does break, I'm easily on the put train. Once we're done with that gap, it's a volume gap and a price gap. This is a nice fair value gap. There's really no stopping us here. Maybe a little contention here at the volume, but right down here, and then we have another easy ride, another gap down here. So if this trend holds, this would be a very exciting play, and Tesla has potential of going lower, making a new low, below 194.07. I mean, back when Tesla was at 300, and I was saying, it has potential of going below 200, that was crazy talk. Now we're only 34 points away from it. It's definitely a potential. So as bullish as you are on a stock, you have to be looking both ways. Let's get back to our drawings. Expanding wedge or expanding descending triangle, whatever one you prefer. I gotta make a good clear. Hold on. Much better. So let's check in with our indicators for any type of divergence. I'm obsessed with divergence lately, and it's just because it's, from what I found, one of the most basic indicators to try and see where a trend may be going or how strong one trend is. So we'll start with a peak right here, and I'll line it up with the indicators on the bottom. You can see the MACD is at level A, we'll call it. Price action's also at level A. We'll move over to the next peak. Price action still at level A. MACD and the RSI have now moved down to a lower level, level B. Should have done it the other way. Continuing, we have level C, price action. No, level A is still, the third peak is still level A, and the MACD is now even lower. The RSI is even lower. So we have a sloping, and we're just looking at the peaks, by the way, because we're just looking for bearish first. It's the first thing that came into mind. Bearish uses the peaks. Bullish uses the valleys. And you can back test it. You can see how it works. That's great. And these are just, they're called indicators, and they're not called for sures, right? They're indicating that this might have a bearish action. So the cheat sheets that I've posted and I've given out, I don't really know how to attach a file here, but I have them behind my monitor, and I always take a look. So we have a flat price action and a sloping MACD. Flat price action, sloping MACD. This says bearish, right? So we have to keep our eyes open for a potential bearish move. It doesn't mean it's going to dump, all the way down to here, but it's indicating that this might not make a new higher high. If it does, if the MACD doesn't react, and this keeps going further down, that just increases the kinetic, but the potential energy that is in a divergence buildup. It's almost like pulling back a bow and arrow. You increase the potential energy, right? And you're charging it, and that's exactly. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. This is charging. The price action is staying the same. The MACD is moving downward. It's charging for a downward move. And where's it going to go? Let's find our levels before we get there. You always want to see where price action will go before it gets there, so we're not surprised, right? We want to be cool, calm, collected. We don't want to rip our hair out. Oh my God, why are we going there? We want to have a plan. We want to see that this is where we're going. I just had a feeling that my mic was over-modulating, so I lowered it. AMD is taking advantage of the NVIDIA dip, by the way. what this look like in the morning? I mean, complete opposite, right? There was a time where, back in my day, there was a time where there were empathy plays and sympathy plays. They would move together. Now, especially in the semi industry, the semiconductor industry, I feel that you could see competitors reacting oppositely, which makes sense, you know. If your competitor is having a tough time, you might thrive. See, complete opposite, NVIDIA down. You know what? Let's check. I'm going to check on Tesla real quick. We're going to check on NVIDIA's quant data and see how that matches up. Just want to see how this plays out here. How about we give that a rest? Bam. We're going to sail without a map. If you're bullish for the rest of the day, we want to start seeing this MACD curve up. It's already made a new lower low. It would be nice if it stayed above this histogram here, bounced off that. And then hopefully, if this breaks, you want to see convergence. You want to see the MACD moving along with the price action. And then it resets. Then we take another sample size. But if I had to make a bet, I have to go on the data that's given to me, even though it might be wrong. If you were forced to do something, you have to go with what the data gives you. You can't really trade on gut, which is terrible advice because Tesla, everyone trades on gut. I shouldn't say that. People use tech, right? TA. How are we looking on the 5? Let's get back there. So on the 5, it looks a little less stressful, right? We have a nice pole and a straightforward flag. The MACD is crossed over into the bullish territory for the first time today, right? Take note of that because that's another. MACD is probably has the most data at any indicator. And we crossed above it, and now we're in bullish territory. I think we actually just made a new advancement there. Let's get back to the one. Hey, you're back, Kevin. You missed it. We were giving away stereos. C&H. Trying to think what C&H. What's C&H like? When you tell me what it stands for, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that's of course that's what it is. Oh, cup and handle. Cup and handle. Right here. Yes. Cup and handle. You're right. Okay. Sorry, there's a real lag. And we. It's not the prettiest cup and handle, but it's there. That is no. I see the pattern you're talking about. Definitely. Zoom out. Okay. What time frame are you looking at? Oh, okay. Nice. Pretty bowl. Pretty bowl. Pretty cup. Yeah, I guess we'd use that handle. Let's get in there. We use the handle going down to this support right here. Sorry. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible. That plays out perfectly. Yeah, beautiful. Good catch. Hey, and look at this. This is something, and we're going to take a look at the SPY. And this was something I was mentioning, I guess it was late summer. This almost exact pattern is what it looks like on the SPY on the weekly. You'll have this nice bowl, but like a little bit of a W in the middle of it, and that spike has hit some type of resistance, right? So that then becomes support for any potential handle, right? If it breaks that, you can then kind of see of it as like a rejection. But if it holds that level, that means, it looks like a good finish to it, a beautiful pattern. So you have a cup and handle, a double bottom, and now we're finishing up the handle, and we're going to see some action. All right, 15, check that. 15 looks promising. We have a crossover on the MACD. The histogram has turned green. It's in the green is not just a tease. It's, we see progress here, production. The two signals are fanning out, meaning that there's a stronger part of the trend. And how about the 30? The 30 kind of found the bottom here. That's nice. The histogram is rising up. Still in bearish territory. If tomorrow was open, we could actually see how this might play out. The fact that tomorrow's closed, the rest of the world turns, and then we come back on Friday for like a blip on the radar. I mean, I think I'm just going to hold these calls just because, again, I started stubborn. Might as well see how that plays out. But I would like to see if we get some good, positive, bullish action on Tesla into the close. I'm not going to leave all that. I'm going to take a lot of risk off the table, but I'd be willing to leave something for Friday just to see how it reacts, to see how when it opens that you have like such a short window all of a sudden. It's like falling asleep during a movie and waking up and it's 5 minutes left. You're like, what happened? What happened? What do you mean? He did what? She cheated on him. That's terrible. Come for the stock advice or demonstrations. Stay for the entertainment. See how choppy it is when I zoom in and out? That's what I'm dealing with. It got a lot. This is a lot better than it was at the beginning. So thanks everyone for hanging in. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks you guys for being here. By the way, I know this was like last minute, and I saw a move and I wanted to get on. I appreciate it. I know you're all taking time out of your day to be here. Type in chat, type in questions or anything. I think I left it so that you don't have to subscribe. You can just type away. And if you do have to subscribe, it's to keep out. There's a lot of spam that goes on, and they offer the hot dates and all that stuff. We don't care for that. I don't care for that at all. But definitely, if you guys are here and you're getting some type of value in it, do me a favor, just hit the like button and maybe comment below. From what I understand, liking and commenting is like the biggest thing. So any video, by the way, that you guys go to and you watch it, consider it not just hitting the like button, but consider dropping a comment and responding to other people's comments. Whoa, YouTube loves that stuff, man. I had a meeting with a guy who's, I never watched his videos, but I just was connected to him, and yet that's what he told me. He said, if you can get people to comment, he's like, that increases the algorithms and things like that. You're never here. You're here now. If you're ever in AC, you can find Kevin at the Baccarat tables. He'll be the one in the tuxedo, flanked by multiple good-looking people and stacks of those. They're not chips. They're like, what are they called? Tablets. Crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, I think we got to get. So if you guys don't know, I'm working on the Independent Traders Conference where we're going to showcase different tools, different communities, strategists. Right now, we're more focusing on tools. We are planning on giving it in Phoenix. I have a good relationship with the Grand Hyatt there in Tempe, and I actually spoke to them on the phone, and I spent the whole week there for previous companies, almost the whole week, and I got really close to them, and I'm really excited to get back there. They have a nice setup too. They have a conference room right next to the bar, and on Fridays, it's F off Fridays, so we'll do that. But the idea is that we want to get everyone together in a room and get that energy, and I'm really looking forward to it. The website's not up yet, but I think it's going to be really interesting. Thoughts on Tesla? I think they're cool cars. Closed your puts. Good. I was just talking. Maybe you were missing it. I said if you were in puts, this is the area, this is the level that you would most likely take, if not all, but maybe 80, 90% of your profit. Leave a runner or two just to see. But the max pain level, especially double touching it, that's a significant sign for support. Oh, thank you, Staples. I just landed a deal for $69.99 on some office chair that wasn't selling through the rest of the year. So now there's super sale. Actually, I need a new chair. I should really check that out. I'm making fun of it, but I'm really going to check that out. Oh, the 240 puts from yesterday. Nice. Congratulations, man. I remember that, sweating it through to the end. Excellent. That's awesome. We were looking at, just to pull it up. Pull it up. It's still battling that level. Tesla ran up in the beginning, just opposite of what it did today, and we had a nice bounce around. This would be like accumulation, right? We didn't rise above it. It's probably waiting on NVIDIA, and there's got to be that some news or something came on Tesla that we had this emotional damage type of drop there. Don't get it at Staples. Buy you there are these office closeout sales. Oh, nice. You can get a great Herman Miller. I was looking at a Herman Miller. So a guy I used to be friends with. Anyway, Herman Miller. Yes, I'm totally in. I spend an abhorrent amount of time in this chair. I mean, even after hours in this room, I'm watching TV and just, definitely. So where is it? Office closeout sales. I'll search it. What part? South? Tell me South Queens and I'm there. I hate going to North Queens. Sorry. No, it's just a Van Wyck. I can't stand the Van Wyck, man. Really? Oh, I'm there, bro. I'm going to look it up. Yes. Thank you, my brother. See? Community trading. Okay. Shutting off the high beams. We're going after it. We're going after the VWAP. Let's get it. I want to see this volume. Oof. Pump it up. Pump it up. I'm only getting excited because I'm talking to all several of you people. How many we got in here? Let's take a look. Wow. It is so lagging. I had so many other ideas too. Oh. There's Kaylin. Hey now, 9 people. Holy smokes, we're 3 away from a dozen. But I appreciate you guys completely. This is great. I really wanted to show how easy it is. And speaking of which, I wanted to show. Let's pull that up on screen. Oh, you know what? I can slide the action there. Kill the volume. Kill it, man. Kill it. So this is a VWAP. By the way, VWAPs, I've come to realize on different platforms have different calculations. They're anchored differently. So if my VWAP does not align with yours, it's okay. It just might be taking the mid price instead of the last, or taking the bid instead of the ask, or little things. But just realize that it's this area, this area. So this just reset, and now we're coming up to the VWAP. Now, this is what I really wanted to get everyone in here for. Get in. When we break this little VWAP here, this is going to be a party. This should be fun. We do have one little thing to worry about right here at 236. That was a big rejection right here. Look at it, came all the way up and just got pushed. And then right after that, all the way down to max pain. So that's going to be an area to contend with right there. But I like the fact that we crossed the midpoint. We're at the VWAP. We're building levels. We're taking it. We're not going to just Tesla spike it up. You can't see that? Uh-oh. Not again. Oh, my God, because my stupid face is in the way? Oh, God. Once again, things that should have been brought to my attention. No. Things that I should have taken care of before. All right, we're going to do this. Oh, it's got to move the freaking one thing at a time. All right. As you guys can see, I'm not a professional YouTuber. Shocking as it may seem. There we go. Holy smokes. I apologize profuse. My face, my God. I so sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. You've been looking at my freaking face the whole time. Oh, I feel terrible. I feel like baking a nice pasta dinner to make up for you. Regard me, please. Regard me. All right, let's check out where this place is. Please, regard me. Get inspired on TikTok. I got to make short videos. Abel. Steve. I've heard of Abel. Where is Abel? This is awesome, man. Thank you. Closeout. Yeah. So, we're at the VWAP. Not my ear. We're at the VWAP. This area is what we're going to be, I hope that we're going to be able to witness getting through. The only area that or the other contention line is right here at 236. This is when it was hit, it got pushed and shoved all the way down to max pain. I'm hoping, and we can check. This is perfect. I'm hoping that this area kind of let up, so then we can pull up. We should probably let this go down. Meanwhile, the VWAP is really rejecting Tesla hard. And let's see if we came back to the midpoint, if that's holding. No. No. Negative, Charlie. Now we just have a huge expanding wedge. I think they call this, there's another name for it. Not a trombone, it's like a megaphone. Megaphone. All right, so that didn't work out. The beginning of this pattern worked out. We did not get through the VWAP as nicely as I wanted to, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, man. Oh, my back is... Speaking of got to get a new chair. Oh, man. Herman Miller. I should probably wait till after the holidays. I hate buying a purchase for myself during it. If you break this, I don't know. I would... Because then, I mean, unless you're fast, you can get from there to the max pain. This, I think, should hold. This is... I mean, I shouldn't say it should hold. I'm not even going to speculate. Let's just look at the data. A wick. 2 reachers. All right, let's check the Gex. Oh, you know what? I didn't send an invite to my... Meanwhile, my calls are just burning alive. All for science. Doesn't look like it, huh? All right, so let's plan it out. Let's see what happens if we do break that. We break that. Our next contention, our next level is this 232.37, which is right around the corner. So 233.19, that's just under a point move. I think the good put play would be if the max pain breaks. If this breaks, then see ya. Let's see what's below it. And I really appreciate you guys for, I mean, it feels like I'm moving. I have to like slow down my my area. Look at this. See, this is an empty vacuum or just an empty space. There's not a lot of whole data to go on, so we'll bring up the Gex. Hey, Locke. Hey, Doc, I am done trading for today. Need to prep for hosting Thanksgiving tomorrow. Awesome. Thanks for holding this live trading session. Please do more often. Hey, Locke, I'm getting chills, man. I really appreciate you. I'm so glad that I met you. I'm getting cheesy, but that was awesome, man. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, and enjoy, family. Trading is something to leave off the table, right? What do they say? You don't talk politics, religion, or money, but enjoy time with your family. I think family is paramount. You know, if you guys have it and you guys are together, cherish that. Deep, deep thoughts by Doc Crazy. Oh boy, I'm thinking about what do I need to do tomorrow. It's gonna be a small Thanksgiving. Hey, Kevin, can I? I'm gonna share what you posted. Is that all right? Bickety bam. So this is what Kaylin's looking at. He's got a lot of action. Oh, he's using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or is this something different? Oh, 2s and 3s. There's one. It counts up to 9, and on the 9th one, it's supposed to change directions. I love looking at other people's stuff. This to me, it looks crazy, but I know Kevin's looking at it and be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm looking at that. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at that. This kind of looks like a tool that I was looking at, the bull bear algo. Or maybe not. Tools, tools, tools. Good stuff. Oh, it's strat. It's strat. Hey, look right here. Oh yeah, how about we check NVIDIA to see what info that has given us on the day. Oh gosh. Every time I see it again, it's just like, oh gosh. I really should have been more prepared for today. I was so complacent this morning. No one to blame but yourself, and that's what is great and also terrible about the trading in the market. Yeah, you know, any other situation, you can blame it on the next guy, you know. But this is just you and the computer. So, NVIDIA screaming down. The 2-day VWAP is not anything of this importance in this case, but we came down. The max pain, like Tesla, it started getting a little bit of action going on, but it broke that. And where did it go? It went right to the next level. It went right to the buy zone. So we break one level, we head to the next. I mean, understanding those basics, and you understand the fundamentals of how to look at this quant chart and trade on it. Broke that, hit this buy zone, and from there, it had not looked back. We broke through max pain, came back and tested it. If we weren't in here, which you probably shouldn't have been, this would be maybe a 20%, 25%, going on a little bit of a gut. This would have been a bigger percentage in, and then confirmation, a new higher high, full position. I would have liked to hang on to some entry for this little hiccup down here. But then look again, goes to the next level. The next one from max pain is the VWAP. We break that, come back, and what do? We test that again. It's just confirming to us that where it wants to go. It's like, this is what I'm doing. You either get on board or you don't. There's no cheering. There's no, you know, if we all do this at the same time, it's going to do what it wants to do, baby. It's going to do what it wants to do. So it bounces off of this with a beautiful, look at that little candle right there. Now, that tells me buying pressure is on. On the second touch, I wish I was, you know, I picked up on that. Flew right up to, hey, guess who's in play now? The 2-day VWAP. And look how it became confluent with the intraday and the midpoint. These have come together to form a super resistance. Once it breaks, comes back, it's holding it. I don't know if, yeah, it's holding it. I would like to have seen a little more retest this level harder, but it looks like it's going to go higher. There's no other interference coming here, but that's where we pull up the other way. And by the way, here we go. We're coming up to the level. And Kevin and I were discussing that this is an important level to hold. Let's pull up the GEX. Good old GEX. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Oh, the humanity approaching 233.17. Should I stay or should I go? Wouldn't you like to know how I need my dough? We're getting a full-on lesson. Speaking of indicators, in the gold chat, going over the oscillator indicators. How I remember Zeitgeist, how he uses the OBV. It's pretty cool stuff. All right, now let's pull up the GEX. Stay focused, Doc. Stay focused. Yeah, because I'm not a poet. That's probably why you were right to begin with. The RSI Laguerre is pretty interesting. I will definitely check that out. I've never heard that, obviously, because I butchered the name. He's like Butcher. He's like Butcher. That's from a movie. I don't remember what. So this is, all right, let's get in on a minute. Let's get it down. Let's get down to the underground. Moment of truth. That's just for kicks. So now that we're at this level, we want to plan where we could go if this breaks. Where's the next level? We don't want to be surprised. We're not saying it's going to go down this level. We would just want to be prepared to see if it does. Meanwhile, break it down. Kaylin for the win. Oh. Should we pop it down to the 30? Let's remember this level. No, let's stay on the minute, right? We're good. 233.19. This is, yeah, let's pop down. Let's go to the 15. Let's cut it down in fourths. I'll borrow this line. I'll give it back. 233.19. I like to pop down here. It's the sub 1 minute. Pop it, baby, pop it. Pop it, drop it, lock it. Stop it. Again, come for the stocks, stay for poetry. I won an award for poetry in school. I didn't plagiarize it at all. Hold on. Drop is the better word. Oh, we're on opposite sides of the fence. It's like I'm hanging out in the Kansas City Chiefs box with Swifty, and I'm rooting for the Eagles. Well, she didn't make it to that game, right? She didn't, and they lost. The curse of the Swifty continues. Or maybe it's the luck of the Swifty, and she's not there. That's the curse. Anyway. By the way, Kevin, you're still kicking ass in that football pool. I mean, fantasy league. Okay. We are witnessing either a double touch or a second attempt in breakthrough. Let's check it. We have the peaks coming down. The MACD peaks are coming down. RSI peaks are coming down. This is no divergence. If maybe we can get in a little closer, we'll see in the opposite side for bullish divergence. We'll take this one and this one. This one here. We come down. We're at level. Let's line it up. We say here, level 830.26. We move to the next valley. It's the same price, but the RSI is a little higher at 32.31. That is bullish divergence. Let's see how that plays out. Oh man, I can feel it about to drop. I can feel it. Oh, you lost? Oh man, you got a ding. You're 9-2. I thought you had one loss. Oh man. That's my first time playing fantasy football in a long time, and I look forward to the next one. Really interesting week for football, too. We got Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. It's awesome. The Jets are playing on Friday. That's good because you lost 2 in a row. I didn't realize that. Ouch. Hey, it's hard at the top. I feel your pain. So wait, what's the standing? All right. Side action here. Man, I just got obliterated today. It's my own fault. It's like in Ocean's 11. You take your eyes off the game for 1 minute, and you see what happens. Uh-oh. Can you feel it? Can you feel the cold air coming in from the bottom? Are you feeling the weight? Are you getting heavy? Oh no. Oh no. There it goes. There you go, Kevin. Fries to Kevin. Now my calls are down to 10%. Jeez. Boom. Like boom. All right, let's get back to the 5. Oh. Maybe we stay here. Login required. I never had to log in before. Excuse me. I'm going to drag this over to the private area just for a moment. Commercial. I really wanted to play like actual music. I love DJing. I used to DJ for a better part of a decade, all over Long Island. In fact, Kevin, if you ever went out to bars and clubs in Long Island, I was probably DJing at one of those places. All the good times when we were in our 20s. That was amazing times. Okay, now we're really meaning business. We got to get back out to the 5 and see what's going on. So we got rejected at the VWAP. Rejection. All right, and we planned our next level. And I can't apologize enough for this lagging. I think it's my memory. If I get more memory, RAM, or one of those things, just get a new laptop. Which club? Oh man, I've done. I don't think I ever did. Okay, well I did everything by Hofstra: Monterey's, Bogart's, McKeeb's. Then there was another one, Dublin Up, Dublin Pub. Then the one in Farmingdale, Nutty Irishman. I did a couple New Year's Eves there. And then my girlfriend at the time, at the end of the night, they kick everyone out to count the money. And it was a blizzard. And my girlfriend and her two friends were waiting for me to get off. And I told them, stay inside no matter what anyone tells you to do. And that was the last night I ever DJ'd there. The whole staff. Can you, not in Long Island? Oh, you were not in Long Island. But the whole staff, you can imagine maybe 20, 25 people just staring at you with their eyes burning. Because apparently they couldn't count the money with my girlfriend in there. I get it. It's the rules. I didn't know it at the time. I felt poorly after, but that was the end of my my days at the Irishman. I was ashamed because I was doing really well over there. All right, we're holding now at this sub-level. Let's find out why I made that orange. Let's pull up the Quant. Quant. So I haven't updated this yet. In fact, let me move this price action over. Yeah, today I was like perfect example of what not to do and exactly what I try to instill in other people. Like, don't hold on, it's never going to come back. But I just kept looking at it and kept doing what I was doing, and I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving anyway. So we're going to update it now. Let's pretend, okay, we're crushing through levels going down. Let's pull up the Tesla Quant levels, and then we're going to check the GEX in a minute. Meanwhile, we're heading down back to max pain, and we might just close the day out there. How's the SPY doing? The SPY's found a little comfort zone around its VWAP. That looks like we're going to range into the day, into the close there. And what we do, we want to select. There's many more stocks in the QTA universe than what we see here, but these are the ones that are most actively clicked, so that's when they're most available for you. SPY just dropped. Okay, that's good. My SPY puts. That was the other thing. I had Tesla calls, but I hedged with SPY puts. I was good. I hedged with SPY puts. The only problem is SPY went up, Tesla went down. It was supposed to go the other way around. So what is Tesla running into now? We ran into the VWAP, and now we're coming down to the max pain. That orange line was something I must have drawn with one of these levels here. 230.99. No, wrong orange one, sorry. Anyway, this is a strong move down. But wait, check this out. Let's see if it behaves. If We hold this max pain here. What's a hedge, Nick? All I know is no play or all in. That's it. Go big, then go home. I really did expect SPY to go down, and it did, and I didn't take full profit that I wanted to. I messed up so poorly in the morning. My head was in 35 different places, and I counted. It was actually 35. All right, so this is the triangle we had mapped out. We broke above it, retested it. This level won out. Now we're retesting the VWAP. We broke it, and we're coming back, and we're testing it for more down. I would really appreciate a flush into close on the SPY. That would more than make up for the calls that I left. Yeah, I know, man. I can't wait. We got to go to AC together. We'll rock it. And that's what I was just gonna say before. We should move the traders conference to Atlantic City. There's plenty of hotels there. I think no one would come to the conference. We'd lose them all. You and me would probably just be at the tables. People would just be sitting in their chairs. I thought there was gonna be some type of presentation here. What's going on? Where is everybody? Come on down, SPY. There we go. Let's pay attention to SPY a little bit. We were staring at Tesla for long enough. Let's stretch our legs. So right here is clear support. 454 puts for Friday. Mini Friday. Let's see. Do I have? No, all of them. Even the ones I got early in the week, they end today. I have 456, 454, and 448. I think that was a lot of. That's for tomorrow. One position for not tomorrow, Friday, 24th. I'm actually a chicken at the table. When I see the money on the table, I get nervous. Oh, okay. I'll just cover your eyes, and I'll push your chips in. Please don't touch another player's chips, sir. No, that's okay. We're friends. We know each other. Sir, please don't touch other players' chips. Okay, fine. I'll be at the noodle bar. Great movie. Rounders. How is my play? Okay, SPY, give it to me. Give it to me, yeah. 448, yeah, I know. Lotto. Used to call me Fatso. Now you call me Francis MH. Yeah, SPY. Break on through. So that means Tesla's probably crushing 232. Okay. So max pain is a level, but here we have Tesla telling us that this is really where the contention is. And we'll line it up, or we'll try. There. This is the max pain level, even though on the chart it's one exact precise number. It becomes a little bit of an area, just like the VWAP. It's not actual on the penny. So we move it down, and this is going to be our support for the day. If this breaks, there is a lot of room to go down to 222, if I remember. Yeah, 220. This is a gap. All this overnight business. I think I marked it off with this orange line, 230. Interessante for show. Oh, since we're right here, let's check some tape. I rocked in high school. You want to check tape? So we have a high and a lower high. We have a high, a lower high. Same thing on the RSI. Don't believe me? Look into my eyes. Wow, killing it, crushing it with the poets today. So no divergence. This is convergence. This is rolling together. Let's check it the other way. The RSI on the bottoms. The valleys are going down. The MACD isn't really showing us anything. It's just one straight move. So the RSI is going down. The price action is staying the same. That lines up with nothing. Nothing. You've got nothing. All right, let's get back to the 5 minutes. Stop the antics. Cut it out, man. So our final Alamo level is this 230. 230, Tevin. Kevin. Sometimes I'm in heaven. It's got to stop. Why has it got to drop? I don't know where I know this song from, but I can't believe it's copyright free. I hope it is. I don't want to get a bill from whoever this artist is and be like, hey man, I'm just trying to promote your music. Just tunes, man. It's just tunes. Okay, let's check this. We kind of have a flat price action here, and we have rising RSI. Price action's coming down, staying flat. The whole time, RSI is rising. I would not be comfortable playing a put on this break. Well, I guess if it breaks this Alamo level, I'd be more comfortable. But with that indication, I would need more evidence on the other side to take a put. You know what I mean? I hope I explained that right. How about this right? Because of this indicator showing me possible bullish divergence, I'm hesitant. Hesitant man. Only the penitent man will cross. The penitent man. I'm hesitant on taking a put. Where's my water? Deer Park, that's good water. That bounce off that 2-day VWAP on Tesla. Let's see. This one right here, the regular, the 1-day VWAP, or the regular VWAP, or the pedestrian VWAP. All in, all in. Hi, my name is Kevin Lynn, and I'm all in. I don't know, man. I'd be wary about this action, this little bullish divergence, as you call it. Say yes. Hopefully, the SPY is not paying attention to any type of bullish divergence. Let's check it out. All in. Oh, the SPY. Okay, yeah, puts. SPY. Go, baby, go. All right, we've busted through that level. Now let's borrow this line and bring it down to our next challenge. Our previous low of the day. Bang. And what was the low? 453.89. Hey, I nailed it right there. 453.89. And we have a double bottom on the low of the day, which is terrible. Maybe I should just close these. Didn't think about that, did you, Doc? All right, I'm up a little. Oh, 82%. 86. 91. 92. What's going on? Are we going back down? I can't tell. There's a lag on my chart. You understand? I'm looking at the price action, or looking at the percentages that I'm up. Let's do it like this. Oh, here's the, I'm going to include the 448. And we got a good bounce in the spot. Gosh, dang it. Right there. I see, it's because of my mind just goes other places. I read it. I said, yeah, I should take profit. No, I didn't do it. Let's see if that pops up. See, though, they say that every time you take a screenshot of your gains, then that's the time to take profit. And I've been falling victim to that because I'm trying to share at the same time as trading. So this comes up, I'm like, oh, 89%. Hey, that's a good, I got, a win back, right? As I'm saying that and trying to copy it, it goes back the other way. Frustrating. Oh yeah, it's my 448. Down a measly 94%. I think they were like 12 cents though, but it shouldn't be addressed like that. That's nonsense for me to say. Every penny counts, and I've heard a lot, and this is often people say, "Hey, it's all right, it's house money." I've said it too, but it's not. It drives me crazy when I hear other people say it, but I sometimes look at it like that too. It's your money. It's in your account. Take it. Treat it as if it's like the first dollar you ever put in. The house, he didn't like just give it to you. It wasn't like a freebie. You earned it. All right, I think I'm gonna close this one. Unless we're rounding. See? Hesitant man. Hesitant man. I'm gonna close two. Wait for it. I don't want to miss it. Staples again. Staples, you really want me to buy this chair? I got news for you. I got a tip. I got a hot tip. No Staples for me. $70. I could use one in the den. What's this now? Market force. Out shopping? Rate a business and get some money with a mystery shop. You want me to spy on stores for you? Dropping like it's hotting. Tesla is below 232. It's coming back real quick. Where did I see that bullish divergence? Is that on the 5 or the 15? Let's see. Okay, that is some strong B and D right there, baby. Some bully D. So right here, the price action is coming down, RSI is going up. That's bullish divergence. Price action staying flat, RSI coming up. That's also bullish divergence. This is a bow and arrow being charged. GEX moves to 454 on the SPY. Exciting stuff. Let's get back to the SPY and check out the action. So that what, the high GEX or the absolute GEX? Which is, it's funny because I know I can pull it up, but it's going to take an extra 3 seconds to it. Stop it with your bullet. I know, I'm all about divergences lately. I do agree. I've been harping on the divergence a lot, but it works. Okay, let's check out the SPY 0 DTE. Oh, I have to make an announcement for the after hours. Gosh darn it. Oof. So the max, okay, let's just drag this up what I'm looking at here. I know I hit the drag button, but why isn't it dragging? All right, now I can't even close it if I wanted to because I can't get this out of my way. Okay. Stop it with your bullish divergence. Yes, sir. All right, you know what? New plan. Just going to drag the whole thing up here. So this is what Kaylin's talking about. The absolute GEX jumped to 454. It's now in confluence with the highest, one of the two highest positive GEX, as well as I see behind here, the call volume and the put volume. This is going to be a strong magnet. I wouldn't be surprised if we range out here into close. And this would be a good opportunity. I know it's not really recommended by anyone in QTA, but look into, I know that a lot of people that might be in here, but oh, I know, man. Yeah, but I think it's great. I heart you too, brother. We can make funny poker plays or something. But the idea of what I was saying is like, you could do iron butterflies or iron condors into the close. I know a lot of people that might be in here coming from a previous community. I was part of that did that. You know, they find an iron butterfly, they try and find the close and nail it. With QTA, it is infinitely better. There's more data. There's more confluence to have more confidence. That's good. There's more confluence to have more confidence in your trades. All right, now we're pushing a bagger on the SPY put. I'm glad I decided to break my trading rules and hold on for possibly more. Is this what happens? This is exactly what happens, how trading mentality gets out of control and gets a hold of you. You start revenge trading. Abs. That's funny. That was a nickname I had. Absolute Doc. Like not really because of the vodka brand, but because of the magazine ads. When we were in high school, they always had, it was like Absolute Rock and Absolute Metal, and it'd be like Kiss. You know, they were like art. And that was my AOL screen name. That was my AOL screen name. Is Absolute without the E, DOC. Absolute Doc. All right, so what do we have in here? What are we having a pattern here? Or what? We have a touchdown and then a break up, and we're looking like we were going to get a retest, but we're not. That's upsetting. Someone called? Revenge trade? Hey-oh! I'm here now. Here I am. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I should probably... Little flag and a little pop-up. See, if I was really hawk-eyed about it, or eagle-eyed, whatever you want to call it, this would have been a great target to get rid of those 454s. And I would hold on to maybe one of this four. I have one 456 left. I'm trying to, see, this is bad. This is like, I'm glad there's a big break coming up because I'm playing on tilt for 100%. See this big red here? Big red, nice, easy slide up. Big red begets big green. Out of all your puts. Excellent job, man. That was nice. That was an entry and an exit right here. How's the Tesla looking? I'm going to let those calls on Tesla ride. I mean, why not? They're down to like ridiculous amounts. Okay, now let's try and play along with. Let's see if we get an update. 9 minutes, we get another update. There's just way too much positive gex. Low volatility, and what seems to be calls and puts all at this area. So if we were to try and nail a close, I can't do this, by the way. This is just, do not take this at all for any type of seriousness. I see that level there. And I see this. Right there. This would be a range into close. Ping, pong, boom, bam. Right there. No. Stay away from the SPX. Put the bottle down, man. Put that coffee down. Coffee is for closers. I can't believe my stupid face was in the way that whole time. Which way am I leaning? Like that. Where's the frame? Okay, we're breaking that level. That's terrible. Okay, so the other thing I can actually show you is in the Quant app. You know how we were looking at the feed the whole time? Every 15 minutes, there's a feed that comes in. Well, over here, you have the advanced gex area. You're seeing again. It's all right, as long as you're using in moderation. Okay. Biggity bam. Amazon coming up. Oh yeah, super. Very similar. Just hugging that one little thing, one little spike. Goodbye. So, this is the advanced Gex chart. We can't really see the full screen. This might have to wait till after hours. I'll have to do this on a separate screen, and then maybe slide it over. I'm gonna click submit. Look at that, it slid right up. This big red bar was just like an open door to come right back up. Wow, this is okay. So another thing you have to keep in mind with these Gex charts is in the afternoon. In the afternoons, it can get really weird. The data gets really strange. You can see that everywhere. Anything that uses call and put volumes and open interest, everything gets weird. So now we have this negative Gex at 460, this outlier. This might not stay on the books. I mean, we are at the 454 level. So that's an interesting thing. Negative Gex brings volatility, but also to have that outlier like that, I'm going to refresh and see if that's even still there. Okay, SPY is traveling back up to the VWAP. That's interesting. Tesla is going to be closing not above the VWAP. That is for sure. However, if we look at Tesla, we have a big green up, a big red down, and if the pattern continues, it should reach this level by end of the week, Friday. If the momentum keeps pushing it, we could break it and maybe get a test on this level. This is pushing the whole button way too many times. But if the pattern just continues nicely, it should be above in 240 area. I'm not recommending you guys do anything. I'm just, observing what's out there. Let's drop it in a minute. Whoa. SPY. Time to say goodbye. All right, SPY. Do me good. Power hour starts in 3 minutes, everybody. Power hour in 3 minutes. I want to keep this. I want to, keep this stream going into the. We now enter the demonstration part of our program. I want to keep this going into it, but I want to kill it and try and reset everything. And I didn't even announce that I was going to be doing this after hours. Damn. I am a complete mess today. I'm all over the place. All right, let's get to public. All right. Trying to think how many. What's power hour? Power hour is the last hour of the day where different types of action take place. So we're kind of like I keep using the word pedestrian in the last couple of days, but we're kind of in like the mid part of the day, like the first 10, 15 minutes of the day is where arguably the most volume takes place. The last hour of the day is where the most interesting action takes place because the theory is that people come in, they do their first trades in their morning, and they look at it throughout the day, and then they act on it at the end of the day. Now, couple that with, if today is like a Friday, you have that mental image in your head that the market's going to be closed, aside from that 3.5 hours on Friday, from Wednesday at 4 till Monday at 9. And that kind of plays with a lot of people's heads with what they want to do, right? Do they want to hold? Do they want to close their positions? Do they want to like open a position, to gap up? Things like that. So a lot of exchange happens in that hour, and people look forward to it. The other thing, now within the power hour, you have the last 15 minutes of the day. That is also a time where craziness happens because it's the hour now magnified. So we'll see. I was thinking about taking a break and then restarting at 4, but now that we've talked about power hour, we gotta witness it, right? So we'll see. Right now it's 3 o'clock. We should, with that in place, we can maybe see some more volume increasing, some more erratic behavior, and during this time, the GEX charts they're not as reliable, or they shouldn't be your go-to tool, right? Because there's so much flying around, and if those bars were actually moving per second, you would see a lot of volatility instead of just a frame by frame action, and you probably wouldn't be able to take any data from it. You need to take a snapshot and ingest it. So let's take a look at Kevin's favorite topic, divergence. No, but yes. There is none. Slanting peaks. That's it. RSI is following price action. And it's really using the VWAP. We're on the south side of the VWAP. Holding puts this long is not only backwards, it's literally playing on hope. I might as well have just opened up my casino sportsbook and played 3-card poker today. I wasn't giving it the time or the attention for trading 0 DTE. I think it's just you. You definitely make it fun, man. I need someone like that. I need someone to have, fun. I guess that's the word I'm looking for, is fun. If you're all brain, if you're all math, you go a little crazy. So we got to find a little bit of fun in here. Sorry, I'm seeing a lot of flashing on the orders coming through. These are the orders that are going through. This isn't level 2. Level 2 I have on my Schwab, but this is just orders that are coming through. You'll see in blocks where you have highlighted green or red, and that can give an indication of which way the bids and asks are going. Because if people start, buying on the bid rather than buying on the ask, that could drive it up. Or is it the other way around? Sorry. Yeah, I am fried today. Do not take anything I say as remotely. It's just erase the last, almost 2 hours. Erase the last 2 hours of it. All right, so now we're going to use our indicators here because the GEX really isn't as reliable it is, but the MACD and the RSI, these are the two indicators that I push because it's usually the first two everyone learns, and it's the only two that I know of that I harken back to, and I know other people do also. I really would like this action of the MACD to stay below and curve down to match the price action at the VWAP. If we break through this VWAP and apparently this little trend line I have there, that white line, it might be all up for SPY, or at least to 455. This is a strong trend. It's wide. It's going to take a nice injection of selling pressure. I'm trying to channel everyone else that's in there and say, you don't want to hold it over the weekend. You want to get rid of it. You want to clear the books. You don't want to hold it for 4 or 5 days, right? What is it? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can come in and check it on Friday. And that channeling did not really go through. We're taking another hard knock at this VWAP here. This trend line, where did I draw that from? It seems to be respecting it. Oh, that was from earlier. We've got the symmetrical triangle. Wow, that's overextended. That wasn't even meant to go past that. But whatever it is, it's working. I don't know if I have an after hours. I don't know how many people will actually show up. Maybe I'll just make a video of it. I might just do a video. Come on, Spy. Come on down. Bring it on down. Bring it on down to Speakerville. Yeah, I don't think that's going to come back down. It was a nice hard run up, though. There is a chance that it would want to come back and correct. See, right now there's like I'm looking at the Gex and it's kind of popping all over the place. Yeah, it is about to cross it. It's pushing. It's pushing. This is the action. This is the juice. For me, the action is the juice. You want to drop down to the quarters, the 15s, 15 seconds? All right, hold on to your hats. So the VWAP was right around here at 455.02. Let's slide it over and get a better look at the indicators there. See, the histogram starting to turn a little red. The RSI tops are coming down. I'm not going to say the words, but it looks to me like bearish D. Bearish this time. It's baddish. You're knocking it because you don't know it, man. Was that spam? The commercial spam? Don't knock it until you've fried it. Spam. Break. No break. Rejection for you. You'll get rejection. No soup for you, but rejection, yes. No break. Do you guys see a flashing on the bottom of the screen? Wow, the video is really behind. I feel really badly. I guess there's just that much bandwidth right now because it can't just be. I've just streamed recently and I didn't have all these issues. Everyone's trying to get their last live sessions in on before the break, I guess. Again, thank you guys so much for coming. If you're just joining, or you haven't yet, hit the like button. Definitely hit that like button. It really helps out with the algorithms. And also subscribe and hit the bell because I don't do this all the time. When I do, it's usually on a whim. And I was going to come on just for like an hour, but it looks like we're going to push right into close. Come on, baddish. You like it, the baddish. You like it, the juice? You like it, the juice. The juice is good, yes? That's like really old school Saturday Night Live. All right, all right, all right. One more drop and I'll dump this last runner. I wouldn't even call it a runner. I call it a lifeline now. So let's check on the 15-minute and see what the action has. A nice spike down. Even though it's red, that's a bullish continuation. So we had a bearish action on the candle, but it tells us bullish action is going to be following. Sure enough, it does. But we're competing and contending with the VWAP. And it's now approaching 10 minutes after 3. You see that? Popped up the green, now the red. Now we're going to get some action from the back section. Man, I really wish I could just play like Beastie Boys or like Pantera. Or take a poll on what everyone votes. Vote on what everyone likes. Hold your breath. Breathe. Wow, look at that. Spike. See, now this looks like it's buying pressure, but I think this was just a random, maybe one whale was like closing, or a bank, they just closed it and people just ate up the orders. And now we're just right back at the VWAP again. I know. I don't know. I think that's it might have just, let's see how long it lasted. It was probably just a blip, like under 5 seconds. Here's the 5 second. It gives us a little more context. Want to chill on the 5 seconds for a little while? This is a little more exciting. Man, I wish I had like a Jameson or something right now. Excuse me. I should have hit the cough button on that. Sorry. So this is on the 5 seconds, which is something I don't recommend is making a trading decision on, but I like to pop down here and really see, the micro view of where we're going. All right, let's get back to the minute. All right. Here comes the MACD. Curling, baby. Curl it. I want to see this histogram turn red. I want to see this yellow cross over that blue. And then we're going to party. We're going to party like it's 1996. ISPX went from about 150 of profit to 0. Oh, that's what happened to me this morning on the SPY. I looked at it. I was like, oh, yeah, it looks good. I think it was up like over 100%. I know that, or whatever it was. I was like, oh, yeah, that looks good. I turn. I come back. It's like 65%. I'm like, I was like, all right, checked it. Like, it'll come back. Turn, come back. It's in the red. I'm like, God. You lose focus in this game for 1 minute. You have to respect the market, or it will take advantage of you. I am so glad that a break is coming up. And definitely, you guys, look, I have it pinned to the top of chat. That is a free Discord that all the students kind of just like, and colleagues and friends and buddies, and that all just kind of funnel into. From there, we discuss the other tools and communities. The other one we're really discussing now is the QTA. There's a crypto community that I'm working with, and always my favorite all around like community, and especially for penny stocks, is Hot Trades. I'm gonna speak to my man Blaze and maybe see if we can get, if I have permission to post his affiliate link. If you're into penny stocks, and Quant data does not cover penny stocks or crypto because there's no liquidity, there's no options, right? You need options to see a direction and to get the information, to get the data from Gamma, from Gex, from all the Greeks. All right, I'm waiting for this shoe to drop. Give me a Thanksgiving Eve break. So now a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but there is a theory that because of this spike down, this now becomes a target and a support. And it's a theory I picked up from a previous community that you guys are all probably familiar with, and you heard this before. This is something to take note of because it didn't go randomly. It went down to previous levels. Just a theory. It's not something to bank on or to trade on, but worth noting. Sometimes, if this happens pre-market or after hours, that's also part of it. And I'm probably completely dismantling the actual theory of it. I don't really understand the meaning of it, but just know that if it spikes down like that, that could become a target. And resistance. Let me make it right there. We've done a lot of accumulation and distribution today. We have a downtrend, a fast downtrend, which just opens the door to eat up all those orders. Now we're at the VWAP. We're in the distribution phase. People are now taking profit off of that. Or if they held on, they turn around like me. Turn around. Oops. I can't believe I missed it. We're hitting this level. They're exchanging hands. Hands across America. Hey, $15 profit, man. At least you walked away with something. Sometimes the SPX, so it won't let you out. You'll get wrapped up in that storm, and that's it. All right, we're breaking through this VWAP like it's a hot knife through butter. Or are we? This is why I like the 15 seconds. Instead of seeing one bar, you'll see a little more action. So I guess this can constitute as resistance. Right? That level, even though it happened in a blink of an eye, it hit orders that were previously there. So that's letting us know that there's a level there to contend with. Tesla is still just hanging out at the 232 level. It's so frustrating. But that's actually good for me, that the ones that I'm holding into Friday. Whichever, by the way, I started this week by telling everyone, yeah, close all your puts on Wednesday. Don't hold them into Friday. And I'm doing exactly the opposite thing. Set your stop losses tight. It's a volatile day. Do the exact opposite thing. Take profit when it comes to exact opposite. It really was a how-to not trade day. All right, let's get back to reality here in a minute. I'm not playing anymore. You cheat. I what? I said you cheat. That's preposterous. All right, now we broke the VWAP. We're coming back to it. If this holds, we look at 455.41. If it breaks, we should see a nice run all the way down. Sometimes boring doesn't mean successful trading. Sometimes boring just means bored. It can't all be moving like Tesla. Tesla was like probably the most boring one. It hit the 232 mark at 11 a.m., popped up to 234, and then back down to 232, where Senor Kaylin took advantage of that $2 move. With puts. Puts, I tell you, puts, see? All right, we're fighting the VWAP. We're fighting it on the north side. Let's extend it out. Now, also, we were talking about power hour earlier and what's different about the last hour of the day. Keep in mind, if you're playing 0DTE, theta, it doesn't just ramp up. It becomes a parabola. Just, and as it comes to close, it just eats away. So if you're out of the money, it's going to be a zero. It's going to be a goose egg. If you're in the money, it's just slowly going to take away the profits. No, you didn't do it again, Brittany. Brittany, you did not just do it again. Oops. Get that right out of town. All right, so now he's playing the put side. All right, at least we're on the same side. It's nice when you're not rooting against your friend when you're in the same room, because it's show business. It's not show friends. I did that line backwards. It's not show friends. It's show business. How would that translate? It's not stock friends. It's stock market. No, it doesn't change. And he's out. And he's out. Speaking of being out, I think I should be out. I'm going to cut it with 12%. You know what? I'm going to hold it to... Yeah, see? This is what happens. Made money on that put. There you go. Take it. Take it back from her. All right. 45, 455.12. That is the number to beat to go higher. That is the number to hold for anything chance of lower. And we are... Why is it... Okay, going down to 15. Okay, There we go. See, now this is like something we could follow along. And do I dare? 5 seconds. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Dosimo. Just like when I broke. Yeah, you mother father. That was a really close game, though, man. That was super close and super cool. And the worst part about it, anyone listening in, so Kevin texted me a picture. He goes, son of a B. And I'm like, all right. I won by, 0.09 decimals. I didn't realize that wasn't the end of the game. Kevin comes back and beats me. He beat me. He beat me straight up. Pay that man his money. I'm having fun. I think you should quit your profession, Kevin, and just do live trading with me. I did. I think that was when I dropped the Cowboys defense. I was so upset with them. They were kicking ass, and then they had like 2 weeks in a row where I was like, what in the God's name are you doing? And I was like, you know what? I don't respect you anymore. Get off my team. Someone else picked him up right away, and now they're like the top 3 defense. And I'm stuck with I picked up the Jaguars. I ended up picking up then. I got lucky with the Giants. I don't know how I picked up the Giants randomly and it paid off good. Sorry for everyone else in here that it's kind of rude of me to talk about something not in everyone's wheelhouse, I guess. All right, I think it is time to call it quits on some of these puts here. I can salvage $18 on the 454. What? Which part? The Giants defense or the talking about fantasy football when only you and I can understand it or actually know what we're talking about? The latency and the lag. Giants D, yeah. I think I picked him up, got lucky with it, and then I dropped him a couple weeks later. I kind of lost interest in it because everyone else lost interest in it. The guys and the girls that were on the losing end, they would. I remember one of the guys were saying, "Yeah, I'm just kind of like going through the motions now. I'm not really in it." I'm like, "Well, that kind of sucks. Like I'm in it. I'm doing effort. It only works if everyone cares about it. If no one else cares, what happens? It's not fun." All right, see, we're having a lot of wicks happening here. And remember I said earlier how the VWAP is not a precise line. It might be different on your chart and mine. So this could actually be hitting a variant of the VWAP. And see how it wicked. Eventually, it's going to, the buying pressure is going to get exhausted. And we see a nice breakdown of the system. And just like that, it went from 8% to 40%. This is my target here. I'm going to wait till we get here and make a decision. But this looks really nice and juicy. We just peaked above the bullish, and then we kind of took a hard turn down. The RSI is now below the 50 mark. This could get interesting. This could get interesting. Tesla is frozen in time. Literally a block of ice since 11 a.m. Crazy. Tesla, the most face-ripping, volatile stock out there. What did I just say? I said a lot. Which part? You haven't even heard the horrible part. Beautiful. Okay, now we have something brewing here. We have a little bit of a shoulder, and we have a head. And now if we keep this, playing it into close. Like, scroll up. What did I just say? Oh, by the way, I think something big is about to happen on the SPX. Oh, okay. Good call, Kevin. I didn't see that dip coming at all. Nice. Good. Daddy duty saved the day. Take a step away from the tables. Take your chips and cash out. Good stuff, sir. Thank you for stopping in. Stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. I shouldn't say stopping in. You were here. The brunt, the 2.5 hours of it. So can I just get a? Can I? Is it possible to do a vote here? Let me see. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Kevin. I will definitely do this again, as long as you quit your profession. No, really. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you soon. This stream was kind of like watching paint dry with a couple of excitements, moments of spilling the paint. But other than that, it's been fun only because we make it fun. I make my own luck. Isn't that right, Dawson? All right, my put is going to be closed. I'm doing it. Yeah. Wrong way, James. Wrong way. So now we're on the north side of the VWAP, and that is just, if we close above it, let's see how the 5 is looking. All different time frames give you different perspectives, right? So you saw us, we jumped down to the 15 seconds. We even spent a few minutes on the 5 second, which is, a little bananas, but it's good to jump around and get different perspectives on everything. See here, we can obviously see that rush down, and then we're coming back to retest it because we kind of moved too fast, right? So we're coming back, we're retesting it for possibly a move back down. I don't think I would have seen that on the lower time frames. I just see the momentum carrying us higher and higher and higher. 3 minute, which is like an unorthodox time, 2 and 3 minute. This is a spinning top forming here, and it's got 10 seconds left in it. That is usually a reversal candle. So if that prints, we'll have to see what the next one is to see if it confirms it. And it just changed to a nice, strong, big green one. I'm going to check the GEX just for kicks. What is the put you were closing? Oh, I'm hanging on to a 456 put, 1 SPY put left. And just because out of pure stubbornness, I want to get back. I should have just closed it here. I was off busy looking at like fantasy football or something. So basically, I'm completing the full book on how not to trade 0 DTE. You need full attention. You need follow the rules. I'm doing none of those. And also streaming while trading is next to impossible. You can't possibly get exactly what you want out of trading if you're streaming. And I'm not saying that as like a negative thing. I'm just saying it's like a fact. This is a lot different. We have probably a total of like 10 people in here. But when there's a room of like 350 people, and you're having conversations with everyone that's active, you kind of lose touch with what your personal goals are. Oh my God, for sure, I missed it altogether. I was watching it down. I think we were looking at Tesla or something at the time. I should probably just close it now to break even. Keep the $83. But this is exactly revenge trading. It's like, I want more. I want an Oompa Loompa now, Daddy. But sometimes you just can't get the Oompa Loompas. You have to take what the market gives you. And I have not. It said, here you go. And I said, nah. Here you go. Nah. Terrible. I think it touched twice today. Yeah. This is where I should have taken full profit. Hold on to too many. Held on the whole day. Perfect second opportunity. Missed it. Do. All right. Let's take a look at the videotape. Oh, confirm your submission. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right, let's see what they get just for kicks. Oh, I'm missing messages. Can you help me with the understanding of the key? Yes. I'll be done soon. Jason, thanks for hanging out and thanks for participating, man. That's awesome. Are you in any of the Discords I'm in? You have like a handle, maybe that I know you from. So the absolute gex still says 455, and the two highest gex is 455, 456, right around the area that we're in. So we actually kind of got close to the middle of 455. That could drive us back down. The max pain is 452. I don't think that's going to be reached today. Hey, Stroke, how did I miss that, bro? What's going on, man? I am completely out of sorts today. By the way, I'm so sorry. Everyone, for being here, I have to give you a code. This is for Quant trading app. It's like a thank you for thank you for being my friend. But it's like a thank you for, hanging in, participating. This is the link for it, and if you use that code DOC35, if you take the monthly, it will give you what is it? It'll be 140 on the month, and the weekly is like 60. So it's like just over 2 weeks, you get a full month of it. Check it out. I mean, I would say about 85% of the people that get it for the month and they apply themselves to it, they end up just getting the annual. And on that link, it's 20% off the annual. I mean, I don't see myself trading without this. It's amazing once you get into it, understand the basics with it. And if there's anyone that wants to stay after, I will definitely stay after and show you, give you a quick 20-minute ABC of how everything works. That would be really exciting if anyone wants to stick around. I would love to do that. Kind of make up for the live streaming. Unlive meaning not so much action. But we're getting there. Man, I had no idea. Yeah, Stroke. That was actually one of my good friends in college. His nickname was Stroke, so that's why we're calling it that. It was from a golf thing. Oh my God, it's not even like a toy to me anymore. It's like water. Oh yeah, for sure. And I think at 4 o'clock I'm gonna like step back, close a lot of things, and then I don't know. Let me know if you're. I'll definitely do it if you're free for 30 minutes. I'll definitely do it. I'll put a link in the chat and see, and we can actually make a. I'll make a video of it, and we'll keep it for prosperity. My saving grace here on this one last put, and I'm just playing it for just for pure spite, is this line right here, 455.41. We hung above it for a long time right here. We played with it. In fact, this might be better right there. No, too far. Like right about there. We're above it. Support, 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 support. Fail. Now we come up, and hopefully it's resistance once, and then bing. So we're approaching, what was it, 25 minutes left in the week. There is a little 3.5 hour interlude, I guess, in between a 5-day break, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4-day break. We should see a lot of action, a lot of stuff ramping up here. Not necessarily going to get what I want to get out of it, but a lot of volume exchanging one way or the other. Tesla is finally creeping up. It's at the 233 mark. What's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA is now at 488, only down about 2.2% on the day. It's a very nice recovery. I believe next week. Actually, I can't next week. Probably starting in December. Sometime in December, we're going to do live trading. It just has to be done. And I don't think we're going to do it every day. I don't think I can do it every day. Unless I might just like leave it on. And because I have like insurance things to do also. So clients. So I could probably just cut out, handle it. But then I can't trade. Maybe that's okay. Maybe I needed to stop trading after today. If I didn't go on live right now, I'd be probably revenge trading a lot harder. And that's when you have to notice, to walk away. I'm trying to get all deep here on how to psychologically handle trading when all I did was muck it up all day. All right, let's see if the Gex tells us anything now. Anything different. I have to fix this lag though. I really have to. I have to sign off, reconfigure some stuff, and then get it on maybe a lower definition or something. Okay, we are breaking that line. I'm going to close this put for the last time here. Whoa. Are we? Maybe not. Jeez. All the humanity. All this stuff for like an extra $10. I just want to feel like I got back, Terrible way to trade. I'm really going to change the name of this of How Not to Trade by Doc Washington. That's my alias, Doc Washington. It sounds like one of the guys, like a novel that you see in the, like in the drugstores or whatever. Like Murderous Intent with the detective we all know and love, Doc Washington. Mm, 21 minutes left. 21 minutes left before we say sayonara to. Wait. 1 month left of this year. I really feel like we just had New Year's 2023. Summer was like a blink. I did nothing I wanted to do in the summer. I had so many plans, but everything got messed up when we got jostled up around like springtime. Wow. It is just a straight line. This one on the 5 seconds, what does it look like? A little more action. Curving nature here. Make a new lower high. That would be a nice bearish pattern. We have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder to flush down. I'm just trying to milk this day, milk this action. I didn't want to take any more new trades, so I'm just playing the last one to its last drop. I'm just trying to squeeze as much juice out of it as I can. At this point, I'm trying to squeeze any juice. I'm 2% below even. I really am usually more prepared to give more insight and more examples, but it just was, I can't even pull up another screen without it just like strobe effect happening. All right, let's start trimming some risk here. The NVIDIA put, this is an interesting one I have, speaking of interesting puts. I have NVIDIA 350 put for December 15th. I'm off for now. I have stuff to get to. I'll message you over the weekend, have a few things to brainstorm. Absolutely, get at me. I'm going to be home. I have just a real small Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be bored. But definitely, man. Stroke, nice to see you, man. Thanks for coming out. Make sure you hit that like, and I'll talk to you over the weekend, the extended weekend. And I think I'll be here Friday. I might pop on. Either way, I'm in the Discord. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you, man. All right, here we go. We got a little bit of reverse happening here. I'm going to get that back in the green. Close with a little bit of dignity, huh? Just a little bit. 8 minutes to the last 10 minutes of the day and of the week. Technically not. Man, it is bizarre how long Tesla has been in this range. It's just been hovering right around that absolute gex. It hasn't even changed. All right, here comes that with that flush right through that VWAP. Tesla has turned even more bearish. 235 and 222 of the targets. Now 230 is negative again. I think that's the only way I can do it. I have to make a video and then do it, because going live is just going to, there's not enough bandwidth in this YouTube, I guess. It's the same settings that I always use. So if you guys, by the way, if anyone's still here, if anyone's still here and you want to see a video, you can email me. It's going to be docked, but to make safe, my website is still not up yet. I have an issue with that. Take my email right there. Email me, and I'll have the video for you. If you're in the Quant trading app in the public side, I'll post the link for it there. But you can always hit me up in Discord, DM me, or reach out to me in chat, whatever you're more comfortable with. But I can't stress enough how much this has changed trading for me, and I really can't imagine going without it. It's like learning how to use an indicator right here, like how to use the MACD and RSI, and then removing that and just not trading with it. I can't think of another analogy. All right, I feel that flush happening, and then we'll check if we have any other data that can help out here. And in the video, and also, oh, you know what? A zoom A Zoom link would be a better. A Zoom meeting. We can do that. We'll do a walkthrough. Like an onboarding. You know how they do like unboxing? We'll do an onboarding. All right, we got a brand new feed. And yep, still there. 455 on the SPY. What? The 456 has gone down. Let me move it over so you can see. See how things change throughout the day, and you can trade accordingly. But really, in the afternoon, it's I really shouldn't even be promoting. It's not 100% reliable in the afternoon. That's really what it is. You have to do a lot more confirmation and checking. But if I traded from opening till 11 a.m. or 10:30, if I only had that time to trade, I'd be very, very I'd be probably better off because I would have been out today at the proper time. But in reality, that first hour and a half of the day, I found using QTA and using the tools to be amazing. It drops at 8:30 in the morning, so you load the process into your TradingView or Thinkorswim, or you can just look on the website, and you just plan your first and second moves. You take profit and you're done, rather than spending the whole day like we just were looking at the charts. The whole idea, the basis of QTA, what Bryant created was a process for himself to save time. Instead of waking up early and plotting out all these points and looking up the call interest and the put interest and the open interest and the volumes and the blocks, it's all just laid out there. Your levels are pasted on the chart for you, and the automatic feeds come in, update you every 15 minutes. The best way to describe it is like a time saver. It does the work. It's almost like you hired a partner to help you, and you say, I want to know all the puts, I want to know all the calls, the open interest, and the levels, and where the call blocks are, which is the 20,000 volume in calls and puts. I want the volume range from the previous day and the predictions for the next one. It's like if you gave that instruction to someone and they gave it to you every morning, instantly. I have to work on a shorter analogy. So we're all banking on this. We're all banking. I am banking on this one little drop here. My 456. My poor 456. I want it to turn green and take at least a 0.18% profit. And this is definitely not a how-to trade video. Absolutely not. This is I was planning on going live just to watch the Tesla move, but it just laid flat. So I'm going to hold them into Friday just to see what happens. Because it is set up for it to go higher on Tesla, that's for sure. All signs are pointing for higher. Speaking of higher, I'm cutting this put. Every time I go to cut it, it looks like it stops. What does the 15 seconds say? All right, we're kind of... See, it's a drawn out head and shoulders pattern. It's not exactly a shoulder, head, shoulder, but it's an attempt, a larger attempt, followed by a medium attempt again. Usually that fails on the buyers get exhausted, and you'll see a drop down. Okay, now I'm 14% in the red. That's the opposite of where I want to go. But now theta is really going to be kicking in. And this would actually be a good demonstration on how not to, but this is great. It's pure gambling, but it's the last one of the day, right? And I really want to, it's just something personal. It's just has 0 sense behind it. Every disclaimer you can think of to have out there. It's hard to say, but don't do what I do, but tune in next time. Oh, hundreds, nice, thanks. Don't do what I do. 100, agree with 100%. The GEX is going good. going good. It's going nowhere. 455. Did we call that out earlier as a possible iron butterfly close? I know I marked off levels. Let's see. I think it was the top of the level was the 455. Yeah, that's the top and that's the bottom. I would rather close the bottom of that area. That'd be nice. Just break this. Break this. Oh. I gotta take a break, stretch my legs, get up. And then I'll come back guns blazing with a whole walkthrough video. Here we go. Here's the break. Show me the money. There we go, right down to here, 454.77. Actually, it needs another dollar than that to get the other one. The other lotto. The dollar. The dollar lotto. Some interesting action here. Just, hey, there we go. Finale. So now that Kevin's gone, I can say it. Bearish divergence. Looking back, we have the price action going up on the top. The action on the MACD on the tops are going down. The RSI is going down, confirmation. Finally, the price action converges with the action of the MACD. The MACD continues. They're in sync now. And now they're going to make a new lower low on the MACD, which then should bring the price action with it. But now they're going to diverge again just because they don't want me to have any fun. What is this now? Break it. Yes. Yes. Put me in the money. All right. Very nice. QTA rocks. I used your inputs from yesterday, and so excellent. I love people communicating and trading together, giving advice, inputs. So great. All right. If anyone is still awake and with me here. Oh, here's a good commercial. Oh, everything said it was going to flush right there, but now we're curling back up. Everything pointed to a flush. Okay. See now, can you tell, like, well, around the 15-second, I guess that's not a good judge, but we go back to the minute. See, there's a little extra volume coming in. When was this? 15, it's 1 minute ago. Interesting. How's the 5 looking? you want to come down there, SPY. So 6 minutes left in the trading day. 6 minutes left. Be sure to make any final decisions before the long break. Again, you can check back on it on Friday, but whatever decision, whatever direction you planning on going, it's most likely already gone there by Friday. So it'd just be a good point to close something. Mm-mm-mm. Interesting fact, the SPY and other ETFs trade 15 minutes after the bell. So you can technically, if you see some action happening afterwards, you can, for options I'm saying, you can get an option for a later date. Mm-mm-mm. It's getting kind of quiet without Kevin and Jason here. Tesla's ramping it up into close. We at 234. There's got to be that flush coming. It's just all that energy building up. Man, I'm getting a little tired of staring at this, at the same green and red bars. It's really like it's frozen. It's crazy. 15 seconds. Come on, another shot at this. Another shot. Make it count. At the buzzer. 3 minutes left. Nope, now 2 minutes left. 120 seconds. What do you got for me? Oof. Big green begets big red. Coming up on a minute. I feel like there's so much pressure pushing it down, but there's so much active pressure pushing it up. It just stays frozen. And I think at the bell we should see a move, but I'm not going to bank on that. Closed it. Closed it for a 1.2% loss. Terrible. Terrible. Terrible all around. All right, let's see how I want to see the action after. if this, you see that flush? There it is. Mother lover. Right into close. Broke 455. Dang it. It's almost like they knew right when I hit closed it. See that flush? All right, let's back it up to the minute here. Back out, I should say. Chapter 1, the stock market is not against you. Chapter 99, stock market is against you. Tesla is reaching now. Closed all the way up at that resistance. Let's pop that on the screen. I'm feeling more and more comfortable that I left these calls into Friday. I don't think I've ever left a call that expires on Black Friday, or call or put, and I left it over Thanksgiving. This would be interesting. And I can see how it reacts, and I know what how it should react, but I've never really experienced it firsthand. First time for everything. I am going to say thank you very much, guys. Anyone who is left and still awake. Thanks for joining me here. This was going to be a half an hour demonstration of how Tesla would bounce off the max pain, and we watch it go through all these levels. Instead, it stayed at 432. What is it? 234. Sorry. It was fun hanging out with everyone, and I apologize it was not more entertaining. And I'm sorry about this lag, but we're gonna get that fixed. If you're still here, you're still awake, hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Also, it doesn't actually. I don't go on a lot, so it's not going to be an annoying thing. But when we do go on, it's for a reason. The reason for this one was to show the reaction to Max Payne, and we actually got it. We just ran out of time. So tune in next time when we see Tesla. What I plan to see is close this red gap, close this fair value gap. Fair value gap is just basically just the same pressure coming down. There's no hiccups. There's no stalls. There's no levels. It's just all one straight move. Easily move back up. So thank you, friends. Thank you, everyone. Remember, that's my email. If you have any questions, email me there. I do 101stocks.com, which is basically we teach courses. It could be charting, could be options, could be just a refresher. We have a whole course catalog to choose from. We could sit down, break it up, get an assessment, see where your weaknesses are, see where you need more attention and where your strengths are. It's really, it really is good. I have 0% complaints. I have 100% feedback. All my clients, whatever, are in that Discord. You can feel free and ask them. And thanks again for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you next time. Oh, yeah. I want to do this. I want to do the, where is it? Here we go. This is probably the last time I always say it's the last time I use it, but it's my Halloween theme. I love it. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.